All right, let's talk about the Jets against the Titans. Ooh, gritty matchup here between these two teams. Aaron Rodgers finally gets his first win as a New York Jet, his real win against New York Jet. But, a bit of a tough week one loss, close game, kind of, last week. Well, close until about maybe halfway through the second quarter or whatever. But anyway, this game, Aaron Rodgers throws two touchdown passes, both to his running backs, leads the Jets on a crucial late game drive, seals the victory. This one, right? Rodgers showed, I think, why he's still one of the best in the league. Personally, I guess right now I was a big Brady fan, so Brady's gone. I think I'm a fan of just that old guard right now. Like he's kind of the last of that old guard for the most part in terms of quarterbacks. I think he basically is like the last of the old guard, and in these clutch moments, this is what I kind of miss though about that old wave of quarterbacks, right? From the Bradys, Rodgers, Breeze for that period of time. Peyton was a little retired a little further back, but just those quarterbacks who are around where you could rely on them to come back with just that really clutch moments. And of course you see it with Mahomes these days and things like that, but it's just it's a thing of beauty to see, right? I mean, he hits Garrett Wilson on that huge 26-yarder, a 3rd and 1, and then follows it up with just another incredible strike to Williams. But I think that Aaron wasn't just efficient. I thought he was really good in the pocket. Right, there were a couple times where you might have worried that when he gotten hit hard or whatever, it could have hurt some, but he was good. He was pretty good, and I thought that he came out strong, and I feel like in my opinion, the Jets' downfall right now is in terms of offense, is the O-line. I feel like they're making this 40-year-old quarterback scramble and run around, and that is not, in my opinion, a recipe for success in the long run, especially when you start to play against the really, really good teams. And the Titans are not, by any means, I wouldn't consider them one of the good teams so far just yet. And they're letting that, the defense get to Rodgers, and that's what I'm concerned about is their O-line. I think from the get-go, the Jets' concern, or the fans' concern about the Jets, was their O-line and how they could protect Rodgers, and everyone wanted them to kind of shore up that line, and I don't know if they've really done a good job. On one of those where he got sacked, I think it was number 70 on the Jets, his guy just went right by him, right? Just went right by him, got right. Rodgers didn't see it coming, and that's what I'm concerned about. Is not just for his, avoiding injury and things like that, but just for the play, just for being efficient, and him not having to worry about getting sacked all the time in Green Bay was a big positive, because once you give Rodgers a lot of time in the pocket, man, he is deadly. He's deadly. And I thought I did well. He is now 6-0 in his career after week one losses. I think this is a good sign for Jets fans and for the Jets in general. They came out strong, and they came out with it was a close game. I thought they battled pretty well. I liked what I saw again for the most part with their defense. Really did a good job forcing a lot of fumbles, and we'll get into it a little bit later. But with Will Levis, just absolute. I don't know. I don't want to go too hard on him and harsh on him, because of everyone probably has at this point. But you just you can't do those plays. It just doesn't. I don't. Who was he trying to help? You know what I mean? In that lateral thing that he was trying to do. What was he trying to accomplish there? Just take the sack, take the points, take the 3 points there. But overall, I think the Jets defense looked better this week. I still think that they, are susceptible a little bit to just some mistakes that can kind of cost them. I think the overall picture, the overall takeaway I got from the Jets on this week for me was Rodgers still got it. Defense played better. I'm just really concerned about their O-line. That is my main concern about the Jets right now, is their O-line. How long can they protect Rodgers? Now the Titans, on the other hand, oh gosh, I feel bad for Levis. Kinda, not real, not too bad, because he's the one making these decisions. But you cannot be making these just terrible mistakes 2 weeks in a row, right? 2 weeks in a row, he's laddering the ball while going down. That kind of play. It's just a brutal play to do. You can't do that, especially when you're deep. You are deep in Jets territory. You're like essentially right there at the goal line. These turnovers are costing the Titans big time, big points. This is a recurring issue, it seems like, and I think last year you could kind of see, oh well, he's just a really rookie quarterback, really early in his career. He'll learn from it, but this time around, this season, week 2 weeks in a row, one cost them the game. This time around, cost them important points. You just can't do that. You cannot do that. But I think moving on from Levis, like the Titans defense, like you couldn't stop the Jets, when it counted the most. They allowed that 74-yard drive right late in the fourth quarter. And then once the Jets took the lead, they held on to it tight. Even when the Titans got down to the Jets' 8-yard line in the final seconds, Jets defense came up big. I think it was Will McDonald getting a big sack. Like this game for the Titans, I feel like was kind of sloppy. I think they just weren't able to kind of really put the hooks in on this one on the Jets. And the Jets are already they're going to be down. Unfortunately, Jermaine Johnson goes out for the year with Achilles injury. I think C.J. Mosley, I believe, is he hurt? I think I have to double check that. But this is a tough one for the Titans to lose because I think there was potential for them to kind of sneak away with one here. And then on the other side of it, I think the Jets, not a perfect game, but they did bounce back, and they show that they can kind of win. They can tough games on the road. They can win these games and these back and forth. So that's important for them moving forward. And on the other hand, Will Levis, he just needs to stop forcing plays, take care of that football, and kind of just be more responsible in the pocket there. Otherwise, you saw it happen with Bryce Young. This is the NFL, right? And you could get pulled, if you aren't doing what you got to do. So hopefully he stops making those mistakes and plays better. But we'll see.